Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to part 2 of the British Open final in World Snooker Championship 2004 and of course part 22 of the Rookie to Champion series as a whole. Now in the last episode we played the first 3 frames of the final, in which admittedly I've had to replay because if you got to the end of the video you'd find out the game crashed after the 3rd frame. I'm sure you guys who got there all really enjoyed the John Virgo interruption and intermission we had after that. But that was just something I thought, nah, I'm gonna put a bit of John in because everyone loves a bit of Virgo. So we put a bit of John in there, and I've played the 3 frames once again this afternoon. Won the first 2 quite easily, although I whacked the balls around the table, to be quite honest, just to try and get the frames done as quick as possible. And the worrying thing is that I beat Robin Macallum quite easily. But I hope that's not setting a precedent for the rest of the game. I think that when Robin won that 1 frame earlier on, he was very much napping. I was very much napping even, sorry. I didn't play well at all in that frame. But the exchanges have started already in the 4 frames. It seems that Robin hasn't played the best shot there, and he has left quite an easy red on here. That's the first red of the frame, but unfortunately, I don't know if this black goes. Yeah, it's not the best position here, although the black might... I don't think... Well, the black won't go. So we might as well... will this red go? No, he's not going to be good enough to play that shot, so we're just going to put it up behind the black. And if he can get the red, he will. But this could be the penultimate episode of the series as a whole, which would be a real shame. Obviously, if we go and win this one 3 or 4-0, I haven't decided how many frames I'll play in this one yet. It's definitely going to be 3. But depending on how quickly the frames go, it might well be 4. That's a good pot there, actually, from Robin. Quite encouraging to see. I'll have to play 3 or 4, depending on how quickly the frames go. But if we win 3 out of that 4, or 3 out of the 3, so all the frames, depending on how many we play, it will... Oh, I don't know what on earth he's played there. We have got very much... yeah, wow, look at John. Oh, dear. Classic Virgo. I don't think anyone could believe that shot. But yeah, if we win all the frames that are played today, or 3 out of those 4, depending on how many we play, that's a poor shot actually this will be, because it might just go back into the pack. Let's have a look. But no, if we win those, of course, we'll be 5-1 up, or 6-1, or 5-2, or whatever. And of course, with 4 more frames, which you could get in the next episode, we will win this title. And of course, this series is meant to be Rookie to Champion, so becoming a champion in one aspect or one tournament. And there's no chance that we would become World Snooker Champion, unfortunately, because of how long it would take just to get to a ranking in a, well, the event for a start. The event's at the end of the year, but it would be very tricky to get through all those qualifiers, making sure we won. And become world champion. I'd say it would take at least 5 or 6 seasons, I would guess. And to be honest, that's not really something I would be committed to, especially with the release of Snooker 19 being very imminent, fingers crossed. And providing that that release date is provided this week, then I will be moving on to Snooker 19 as soon as that comes out. But if there isn't a release date, I will start content on WSC, that's right, yeah, WSC, World Snooker Championship 2009. We potted 2 reds there. But
I'm not sure he went for both those reds.
Not really doing great here. We're a bit scrapping. We seem to have effectively not snookered well, we have snookered ourselves here. But we're not really playing brilliant snooker. But we will go on to World Snooker 09 if we win this tournament, but World Snooker 19, or just Snooker 19, isn't announced with a full release date. Just to make sure the snooker content keeps coming. But if a date is... Oh, that's very unfortunate there. If it's a foul. Yeah, it is a foul. It's very unfortunate that was there. Forced to continue. Not really sure why, because there is a pot here. It's a tricky one. But it might well go. But I do like World Snooker 09. I must admit that once I've kind of figured out that this game, it's got all the
well, that was a test of
the dodgy players, the players like Robin Macallum. I don't mean to call him a dodgy player, but now I know that it's got all of these players And those are the only players you can play until you get to a certain standard. It's a real bugbear of mine. It's a little bit of a disappointment. That's a feature of all the older games, 04 and prior, I believe. So, a little bit disappointing, but I didn't know that when I first played the game, so that's unfortunate. But on 09, 07 and 11, and I think even 05 as well, you do just play the normal players that would be expected rather than these AI players that aren't real. There are, of course, some AI players to make up the 140, 150 in the rankings, but certainly not that many that you have to play them all every time. I think brown's the shot of choice here. I think blue might be a bit hard, and we might as well try and build up a decent break. So the brown makes more sense. Oh, hey up. Could be a double here. Well, we got away with that. 11. It was a little bit too hard, actually, and we got away with that. We're getting a double. Now, is there a plant on? I don't really think there is. No. That'll be a tight shot, but we might go for it. Doesn't look bad to me. We missed the reds as well, so it's a shot to nothing. I don't know if this is going to be hard enough, though, to move the red enough. No, it's not, and I don't really think the direction was right either. Although, it does leave Robin a bit of an easier pot on here, which he's going to try, and he's missed. Well, that's disappointing from his side. But of course, it is a little bit unfortunate now that the stats from this game technically aren't going to count, because the first 3 frames are just frames that I played off camera after it crashed after the last episode. I mean, that's quite a poor shot, to be honest. And that means that, of course, the highest breaks, average points per shot, all those little stats will unfortunately be a little bit void and inaccurate.
In the room today. That must have an effect.
Bit of a tense frame though so far. No one really got going, and same could be said for us as of Robin. We can't really be considered any better than him unless we beat him in this final ultimately. And that's something that's a little bit tricky to do, because the reds are still in a little bit of an awkward position. Certainly no free-flowing potting going on here. I wouldn't even call it a safety battle, it's just that neither of us can pot, but it looks like a bit of a safety battle, but trust me, it's not. And once again, we've missed that. If we were playing a massive player, or a big player, for some reason Stuart Bingham comes into my head, so Stuart can be who I'll choose for this example, but if we'd have left that red on, he would have potted it easily, but somehow Robin Macallum just cannot pot it. I don't know how I don't know how Dennis figures that out. That red might go into the middle, but it's a very tight one. Red into the top, possibly. Again, we haven't got the benefit of the overhead camera here, so I'm just going to go for this. This looks about right, but it could be way off at the same time. Oh, nice pot. Oh, where's the cue ball? We got lucky there. And we've managed to leave ourselves on a colour that is higher than we first expected, so big plus there. Now let's try and get this down the table. Another 6 points though here with the pink. And there we go.
How can he build on that?
Not really the desired effect with the spin, to be honest. Unfortunate there's no red in the bulk, because any of these would be a decent pot. But alas, there's not, so we're just going to have to deal with it here. It's going to have to be a safety, isn't it? Unfortunately, again, we just haven't got into motion so far. This is a real kick in the teeth. Oh, we've hit a few of the reds.
He's having no luck with the rest today, Dennis.
Well, quite right, John. I don't have much luck in anything at the moment, so... Come on, Robin. Rockin' Robin. That'll be his nickname if he wins.
Not played so perfectly.
Rubbish Robin will be the one if he loses. God, I am funny, aren't I? Rubbish Robin. Rubbish Robin, oh dear. Brilliant. Right, another red on here. Hopefully we don't get into the pack once again. No, just about missed the pack. We could have done with actually hitting that probably this time, but alas, we've got a pretty straight pot on the blue. And we can finally get into this pack, I think. Let's move that a little bit so it's in the heart of the pocket. We don't want any top on it, actually, really, do we? Just so we can Just so it bounces into the pack, hopefully. You'd think it would. But we need those 4 or 5 reds in a line to be moved. Oh, it's not hit any of them. But is there a way through to any of these reds? I think there is with the red that's a little bit out. This one here. Good pot though on the blue that was. I do like those shots. Guarantee they're probably a lot easier in game than they are in real life.
What a lovely pot. Well played.
Might have to be one of the lower colours though here. Didn't play that awfully well. Just saw Robin taking a sip of his water there.
9.
Ooh. Well, we got it into the pack, but blimey, we didn't do anything with it, did we? And these 4 or 5 reds that are in a very weird formation, I have to say. They're really prohibiting, that's the one. Prohibiting us at the moment to do anything. Is he going to play the same soft shot we played? Absolutely, well, I can't say I blame him.
Not an easy shot here.
Might as well just play that soft shot again. I was just thinking, is there any way we can get out of it and do anything with it? But no, not really.
He should be able to find.
Is there a pot on though on that red? Is it touching the other balls? No, he obviously doesn't think so, and he's going to go up to the bulk. He's not done bad there. Okay, the reds have separated, but that was just an inevitable consequence of what he did. But we're going to go for the pot here. We've got the points advantage, and to be honest, if we sit here all day, I don't think there'd be any point, because it'd just get a little bit boring. Got to be a bit exciting sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't come off like that. But we haven't left anything obvious on here. Not for Robin standards, anyway. Yeah, not good enough, really. And that leaves a much easier shot than he had, admittedly, into the red into the middle. I'll say this and probably miss it, but it's not an inevitable pot. Probably a little bit too soft here, but we should still be okay. Oh, well, I think I jinxed myself there by being complacent. Just hit the one jaw. And, well, we missed it. But luckily we've left it off because of that blue where that's positioned, but he hasn't left it off. Blimey, if we don't pot this... I said the last one was easy, but if we don't pot this, there's no point us playing. We ought to concede the match. Right. Requires a bit of carefulness here, actually, that does. And just a soft shot, and hopefully it'll be on a colour. But I can't promise anything. There we go, it's a good shot.
1.
It's right at the top of the table.
He's not had much luck with the rest of this frame, but that was superb.
The green looks like the
I
best
won't go
shot.
that far, John. The green looks like the best shot, does it? No, I don't fancy the green. Yellow into middle is probably the easiest shot for me to play. It might be different for someone else, but for me, yellow into middle seems sensible enough. Will it go? No. A little bit far off, to be honest. It wasn't quite there.
Just been told we've got
and luckily, the position wasn't great either. I mean,
we've
got... Sure, he's got position on these two on the bottom, but... yeah, I wouldn't be too bothered about that. He's not going to build up a big break, I would say, but... We'll have to wait and see. I might have to go back on my word here. And he might bring it back from 2 down to 2 each, I don't know. And much like that frame that we lost, we have been a little bit complacent and not playing our best snooker. Right, what have we got here? Does that go? Does that red go? I don't think it does because of the pink. Oh, that's unfortunate. Look at how close... Oh, does it actually? Hang on. Hang on. Another classic Virgo quote. We might as well go for this. It's going to be close, but... We'll never know if it goes or not until we have a go, and it's just missed. Well,
a tense atmosphere in the room today.
A little bit further away than I would have thought. It's worth noting that the aiming aid isn't always completely on it, 100%. Might be a millimetre or so out, and that's all you need to be to miss these shots. That's a good pot, though, on the red, and it opens up the reds a little bit more. Unbelievably, with these low scores, there are only 3 reds left here. Tricky pot on the yellow. And he hasn't been able to pull it off. A little bit silly going for that, in my opinion. Particularly at that angle. Could have played a safety, and with how he'd manoeuvred that red, he could have took advantage. But it's going to be us who take advantage, and that could be just the frame-losing shot from Robin Macallum there.
He's doing okay here.
I think we'll play safe, though, this time and go for the yellow. I think that's fair enough. And hopefully, just by a bit of fate, a bit of luck, this ball will bounce off the cushion, there we go, and bring the reds into play. Goodness knows why I said the curb there. And bring the reds into play. It did, but no, there's nothing here, is there really, we can play. So we might as well, as they say, put this safe into the bulk. A bit unfortunate there that didn't come off, because the idea was good. But neither of these, even though it wasn't the best shot, neither of these are shots that are on, unless he plays this down the cushion, which is always a tricky shot, and he's missed that as well.
One wants to go in.
Really, Robin Macallum has had a few chances here, and he's bottled it, I think it's fair to say. Don't think that those are harsh words particularly. Now, let's see if we can pot this red. It'd be brilliant if we can get it back on this cushion to pot the black. That's not bad at all, is it? Pink might be more sensible, though, just looking at the angles. And it probably would give us a much better position on the red, but that better position is all a result of a trickier pot. So we've got to pot this first, and we haven't. It's just come straight back off the pocket. Really unfortunate, probably a little bit too hard, both in terms of position and the pot. And Robin's getting back into this frame. Pressure perhaps getting to us a little bit. But he's going to finish off these pots. It's a nice pink. And he's well placed for this yellow. I'm going to say blue. Don't know why I said blue there. Oh, he's missed that by a mile.
Oh dear, that was an easy shot missed there.
Well, we need 15 points, so we need the 4 colours at least. The 4 colours up here, those are. Try and get a little bit of screw, just to get a decent position on this screen. It's not in the best of position ever. Oh, okay, that was a little bit more screw than I'd planned for, but actually didn't work out badly. So yeah, 14 ahead with 25 to play for. So this green, if we pot it, will put us 17 up. There we go. With 22 to play for.
This will be his frame, provided he pots the brown.
And actually, we only need the brown. Apologies for that. My maths wasn't quite up to scratch there. Of course, this will put us 21 ahead with 18 to play for.
The frame is beyond his opponent now.
Well, whether he'll carry on is an interesting question, but we're just going to go for a double here. Not going to work, but you just never know how these shots will go. That wasn't far off, but we've certainly made that one potable now. Well, I don't blame him. At the end of the day, he's only technically 3 points behind what he needs, and that's not badly. Oh, here we go. Here comes John.
I remember one club manager asking me how I found the table. I said, unfortunately, I just walked in and it was there.
I wonder how this will affect the opponent.
What an idiot. What a plonker. We love John though, don't we? We all love John. This blue's a bit of a trickier shot than it seems, actually. It's gone in though, nonetheless. Where's the cue ball? Not bad.
Excellent shot. He's not been having much luck with the difficult shots so far.
Right. Can we buy the pink? We can. Tricky pot. It will avenge the lack of pot though we got earlier, so I mean we're in 2 stands about this really, because we're not too bothered. And no way, hang on, oh no way,
he's played a poor shot there.
That's a shocker. We missed it, but I think if it hadn't have collided with the cue ball, it would have gone for the double. But nonetheless, we win the first frame, but that's only because Robin Macallum concedes. And that puts us 3-1 up in this final. I think we're very lucky to be where we are, where we've played. Other players would have punished us. Well, goodness knows what Robin Macallum has played there. I really don't know what he's played. But this gives an excellent opportunity early on to develop the reds. If this has its desired effect. Anyway, I just want to make sure we get the pot here, considering we're given such a good opportunity. Now, the screw back should be quite powerful on this, I would have thought, but I don't know. Oh, wow. Well,
really
we got the screw back, but it just missed the reds. Unfortunately, though, we still get position on the black. Let's focus on potting this, because we've got a decent opportunity now, actually. For once. Quite soon off a break due to a Macallum mistakes. Let's let him suffer for it. That black's
That's good.
dropped.
Let's see if he can keep it
And
up.
here we go. The red's back on.
With only one loose red, he could go into the pack.
Agreed. We probably could do it going into the pack, but we won't. This red should be fine. Just misses the pocket if it rolls that much. It's a tricky black. Blue might be the better shot to go for, actually, here. Probably a better chance of being end of break. Fair enough, but... 14 points, not a bad way to start a frame. And if we get the luck that it hits the reds, well, I won't complain. But no, it's nowhere near on the screw back, and we're just going to play a safety shot. Be patient here, because we are in a good position, and we can get this frame wrapped up nice and quickly. And all of a sudden, even with 5 frames gone, Robin Macallum would really be on the back foot. But we can't get complacent. We've only got 14 points, so a lot more available on the table.
Yeah,
And even though we broke up the reds a little bit, I don't see an obvious pot here. So I think he will play a safety. But once again, he's broken up the reds. Very nearly potted the cue ball there. Soft required here just to make sure we get decent position on the black. But there are plenty of reds that go. But this one that's just straight seems to be the sensible
That's a
one.
great pot. What a pro.
Once again, blue might go here, but I feel like the
should
black
go
should
back
be
onto his
fine.
spot
At the end of the
after
day,
this
we
shot.
can't always play the easy shot. Doesn't really seem to be much point of that. Tricky one, though. Not easy by any means. It's dropped, though. Good shot.
8.
Are we on anything, though, here? We'll have
There's
to
a
see,
red
won't
near
we?
the pink that just might go.
Red near the pink. Oh, God, that's a tricky one into... That means middle pocket, doesn't it? Unless there's... Well, there's... This red might go into that one, actually. Let's just assess our options for a minute. There's this one, which might go as well. I fancy this one, actually. Let's go for it. Gonna need to hit it quite hard. I don't think we're far off with this. And we'd certainly be on a colour if it went in. Oh, we nearly got the plant actually there.
Looks like he's
Very
going for position
unfortunate.
on the pink.
Very unfortunate. Just a tad harder and it would have gone in. But you would think that Robin would benefit from this situation. Now the black's out of commission because of that pocket that's taken up by the 2 reds. But the pink is in commission, so he's going to try and pot that, and that he certainly does. Really though, we could do with getting both colours, both reds here. Both colours, both reds. But interestingly, he doesn't.
8.
Very interesting. I suppose the blacks, though, is on. So it's not bad position, really. Not a bad tactic, but he's got to get rid of these reds now. He has to.
He's going for quite a thin
Because
cut
it puts him
into
at
this pocket.
jeopardy if he makes a mistake, and he'd otherwise get position on the black into that pocket. But it's a very tricky shot. And there we go. Good stuff.
16. Nice shot. Back onto the black.
And if Robin can clear up here, then that shows that we've got a lot more competition than we were perhaps expecting.
23.
But he's not playing badly. He's ahead now in this frame. A lot better than the last frame, though. A lot more potting, I have to say. None of this dilly-dallying with missing pots. We've both been quite accurate. A little bit unfortunate we were, I think. But another black from Robin. And this could be a frame that we don't return to the table for in terms of Robin being too far ahead. We'll fight for it, though, if we come back to the table. But he's still doing very well, considering his standards. He'll increase his break here very nicely with his black.
39.
And again, there's still a few reds on.
Well, there's plenty
His
of
problem will
options
come,
here.
I'd say, probably with the last 4 reds. Quite closely scattered by the pink. But yeah, there is actually a red on here, so he's averted that issue.
40.
Although, that's not the best position. That's unfortunate, you know, there. He started to play well. I hope that doesn't dent his confidence. But the red could be on, the green could be on here, but quite a poor shot, really,
Unforced
considering.
error.
But he's got away with it, has he? I don't know what... Oh, God. The controller's doing its classic. Let's hope we don't hit the X button whilst I take the controller out. Yeah, the controller's back in, is it? Oh, it's all fun and games round here, isn't it? We back in? Yeah, we are. I mean, do we really want to hit it with that much spin, honestly? Well, this seems to be the obvious shot into the bottom pocket. I'm just going to check there's nothing else that we can get to. No, this is pretty much touching ball of all the reds that are available anyway. So we're going to hit this nice and soft because it's already touching the ball. So we don't need any push. Ooh.
I think that ball wanted to go in.
It was a tricky one. But once again, Robin's back at the table. And even though he's made one mistake, he's got away with it. And that's another point to his score in this frame. And I think we can get quite agitated here because for the first time, we can actually say that Robin Macallum's playing well. But he's got to pot this brown, and that's a good pot.
5. He took that ball.
A few more reds, though, and a few more colours. And he's won this frame and fought back to 3-2. Not all over yet, though, by any stretch of the imagination. That's not the best, and this could be an opportunity for us now. Just got to focus and concentrate. Right, what's the best shot here? There are a few shots on, arguably, but I'll fancy this one into the bottom pocket by the black. Now, can we get a bit of screw? Maybe negotiate a decent position on the black or the pink. Got to get the pot though first, and that's exactly what we've done. Blue might be a good position here, actually. Ugh, I put the controller back in and the spin's going like mad. But no, blue will go here. Might as well give this a good hit. Oh, for goodness sake. No, I don't want to play with that much spin. Believe me, this is not me controlling this for some fun in the episode. It's the controller going mad. Yes, I don't want to play with any spin. Oh, God. This must take up half the video. No. No. Right, that'll do. Okay. Let's give this a good whack. The blue should go. Well. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. The blue didn't go because we hit it too hard, and because we hit it too hard, the yellow went and it knocked the... Oh, for goodness sake. It went and knocked the... Oh, I'm going to have to take the controller out once again and put it back in. Hopefully it stops playing its silly games. I'll blame that. Oh, man, for goodness sake. Hopefully this stops playing its games. But for some reason, getting back to the snooker, Robin has forced us to continue here when there's a clearly, not an easy shot, but quite a clear pot on this red. Oh, I don't bloody believe it. Oh, I've missed that.
The blue spot looks like the shot.
I don't know why we keep whacking it, because whenever we've whacked it this episode, we've missed. That being said, he's Potter. I mean, we were just saying, weren't we, that it's nice this frame because we've got both players playing well. I mean, for goodness sake, this spin is doing my head in now. Stop! I mean, I don't know what it is, the controller or what, but it is starting to do my head in a little bit now. I think we fixed it by just budging the analog stick. I think that was what's doing it. Certainly not the arrow keys on the controller anyway. And we've potted that, thank goodness. It's got to be our first pot for a while. But, not the easiest of pots on here, really, with anything. Yellow probably have to be the one we take here. And even then, you would argue, we've got to get very lucky to get any sort of decent position. No, nowhere near, and oh, God.
The cue ball's...
This has been, honestly, the frame of a nightmare. Definitely our worst so far. And if Robin Macallum doesn't win this now...
position from potting the red
well,
near the green.
We'll be the luckiest man ever. But he's potted the red. All he needs is the black and a red, and it's frame over. In fact, does he even need the red? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, that should have made it safe. Barring any snookers, of course. And I think that was just a sprinkle of unluckiness, as well as us just being stupid. Good pot on the red, though, and that confirms it. And it's 1-1 now in this session's play. He's missed the green, though, and... well, he's really...
I think he might try for a snooker.
Has he snookered us? No, he hasn't, but... going to give this a whack. We might as well. Seems sensible to give up any opportunity of winning this frame, but alas, there's no point.
Foul.
Oh,
Score
you...
away.
Ugh, well. Concede. I mean, this has been the worst frame ever. Why I was going for the green, I just don't know. Oh, dear. I've already potted the yellow, that's why.
The yellow's gone down.
The worst thing is, no, you can't. I was going to say you can get 100 here. Dear me, probably the worst frame I've ever played in my life. That is, genuinely.
Yes,
In terms of my
Yeah, he's had
commentary,
enough.
my number crunching, and the snooker. Next. We can forget that one, but if Robin Macallum comes back and makes it 3 each now, well, makes things interesting, but at least we've got a final on here. You could debate that the 2 frames we've lost is when we've been incompetent, but then
Good break. Cue
if we're
ball to balk
incompetent in
and not
2 out of
listen to the
5
refs too
frames,
much.
then you do the maths. He's got a chance. That'll give him 6 in 15, won't it? So technically the result will be 9-6, but let's hope not. Let's hope we can do
Very
it
good
quicker than
shot
that. But that's a
indeed.
good shot
That
on
is
the
a tremendous
red.
shot.
I don't think we can get anything. Well, we certainly can't get the blue. Black will go, but once again, as usual with these opening shots in a frame, the black is a tricky shot to master, and possibly a little bit hard there. Should have learned my lesson from before, but that's gone down. That's
What
nice.
a lovely pot. Well played.
But as usual, we couldn't really do anything there, and I don't think there's anything on. So, might as well just hit this as soft as possible. Let Robin play the risky shot here. Is he going to play a similar shot? No, he's going to go for this red, is he? No, he's just going to tap. Ooh, where's the
Done well
cue
there to
ball?
get
That
the
was
cue ball
close.
safe in the bulk
He has
area.
done well to get it back to bulk, but I see a
Next
long
shot
pop
could be
potentially
tricky
on
with
here.
the cue ball so close to the jaws.
I did think that one might go, actually, but
Has
the
to be
blue
careful
blocks
the
that.
cue ball doesn't end up hitting the knuckle here.
I think this one should be alright, though. Got to be unfortunate for it not to go anyway. But it is very close to the jaw, so makes it a tricky shot. Is it going to go? No, it doesn't. And unbelievably, we've put him in good position for this red.
Get position on the black.
Let's buy the black now. Is this a second opportunity in today's episode? Well,
He
should be potting those. I couldn't agree more. Now, to show our calibre in this final, we have to pot this red and really get the subsequent black. It's on there. It's on a plate there. But as usual, we've gone way too far up the table to get any position. But the pink might well go. The pink might go, actually.
The yellow seems to be the obvious shot here.
Oh, well, I think the yellow's the obvious shot. So, unless they're wrong, which I think Dennis and... I was going to say Roger for some point there. Goodness knows why. Dennis and John are always prepared to be wrong. But, like John goes, I was wrong. But... on this occasion, I'll trust them. So I'll go with the yellow just to stay on the table. And that's actually separated a few reds. But whether it's left a pot on, well, that's
You should
questionable.
be able to play a good safety shot here.
Oh, I don't want to play a safety shot. I want to go for a pot. Well, I don't think any of these go, do they? Actually, hello. I think that goes, but... gonna have to hit it very hard. I don't think it will, though. Too thin, unfortunately, to get anything out of it. So we don't even hit it. Well, or did we actually? Well, that was very thin. But unfortunately, because we hit it so hard, there's always the chance of a pot being left on if we weren't going for a safety shot. It's just a shot to nothing. Another black from Robin Macallum, but he's got the wrong side of that red, really. Yeah, no, but he's wondering what to play here. It's going to be a safety from the looks of it. Might have gone for that red though into the middle pocket, so he will be a little bit annoyed with that. But once again, much like the first episode of this, the first frame of this episode, wrong way around. The first episode of this frame, that doesn't make any sense. The first frame of the episode, it is appearing to be quite scrappy here, which is nice to have a bit of a variation in frames. Now I'm going to be silly here and play this with a lot of aggression. And try and get into the pack. I think the black's fine though. Yep, it is.
Okay,
We've got into the pack, but as usual, we don't offer anything because there's a few reds that stay there. So, once again, unfortunate. But there's one way to get out of it, and that's to make Robin play effectively the same shot. Okay, it moves a few reds, but yeah, it's effectively the same shot. Oh, well,
The pack of
interesting.
reds have been well split up now.
Very interesting shot. As I said, it was his option and he played a bit of a silly shot, so more full him, hey? Ooh, I didn't think that red had gone for some reason there.
Today. That must have an effect on the players.
Well, the only reason it's tense, John, is because you keep talking. Ooh, that blue goes. I think that's more risk averse than the black, so there's no need to take risks at this point. I mean, I've just said that and then just belted the blue and it'll probably miss. Luckily though, it doesn't.
He sunk the blue.
But the only reason we belted the blue is to get back here. Which should we play here? We could go for this one into the middle. No, there's that one that seems probably more sensible, doesn't it? In terms of positional shot, it's not the best pot, believe me. There we go, good pot. Oh, just too much. Actually, that's gone round the other side fine, and yeah, the black will go. And I think if we get the black and one or two more reds, the frame will, much like the last one was for us, start to become out of the reach of Robin Macallum. Starting to become a good game though now, really. This is a tricky plot, blimey. But in good position. Oh, unbelievable. There's the phone. John's going to get agitated here because he's waited 4 minutes for me to take the shot. And after all that, we've missed it and botted the cue ball. Oh, well, that was worth waiting for, wasn't it, Virgo? I'm just going to go on the computer quickly and let my computer know there was an interruption at about 36 minutes. Just so when I'm editing together that you don't have to hear the 3-minute phone call. I'm sure you'd love to because you're all really nosy, I can guarantee. But unfortunately, that's not a pleasure you're going to have. The only pleasure you'll have is for on the last video for John Virgo's cracking jokes to be broadcast. Good pot. We're still ahead though in this frame. A lot of red still to go, and if we would have potted that red there, it would have been a much better chance.
Nice
but nonetheless, it's Robin Macallum who's now on the front foot, I would say. Questionable to see where a pot's going to come from here, though. Oh, okay, that's a good eye that he's seen that, but a little bit unlucky there because I wouldn't have seen that pot, but he didn't manage to pull it off. I'm not going to put the cue ball safe in the book. I'm going to go for this pot that's pretty much a straight one, so not much risk involved, and it's gone in.
Good shot indeed.
What a shot!
I like how they seem to think those shots are magnificent when really to orchestrate them and put them in is not really that hard. Although this might not go in. It does though, off the cushion.
6.
Now, what do we play here? Just need a few more good shots and we're the winner of the frame. Now, we can either play this one into the middle, and you guys know I don't like the middle pocket. In fact, I probably only potted the one into the middle today. So, this is going to be the shot of choice. It's a thin one, but hopefully it goes. And that's a good shot.
7.
Unfortunately, we're not on the black, though. But fortunately, we are on the pink. I think. Should have really checked, but yeah, we are. Ooh, wasn't the best
13.
connection we made there. But a few more reds, and we are the frame winner. It's another red down.
13.
Decently on the black now, I would say, but
onto the pink again.
We potted the pink from pretty much here last time, so we might as well get a bit of potting practice on that. Oh dear! Oh, we need some practice. Goodness knows where that one went wrong. Oh dear. That would have really confirmed the frame, I think. Not in terms of numbers, but in terms of our knowing that Robin isn't the best player. Equally, we're not the best player, but it's pretty much an equally matched final. It certainly will be if he makes it 3 each. I'll applaud him if he does. He'll have come back from quite a way.
8. That's nice.
And we've had our fair share of mistakes so far in this episode, so we need to cut those out. Or else it's going to be a very, very, very long final. A lot longer than I would have imagined. I
He should
wouldn't.
be
I
able to
would
play a good
guarantee.
safety
I
shot
would.
here.
I'd very strongly say we're not going to give 9 frames away from making mistakes, but you just simply never know. Now, he thinks he's made a good shot here, but I think he's left this red on. We might be unfortunate, but on this time we are fortunate. Hang on. I just feared something would go wrong.
His opponent's a real chance now being able to put the cue ball anywhere in the dig.
I mean, we got the fantastic pop. The pop was brilliant, really well saw there, but Jesus Christ, how unlucky can you get? Another foul, and this brings Robin back into it. And he's a lot better placed to make it 3 each, although, once again...
Count themselves lucky here today. In '84, I won the ill-fated Professional Snooker League, which carried no ranking points, and as it turned out, no prize money either.
Typical Virgo, that would be, going into something like that, wouldn't it? Oh, I'll go into that, and then, oh, I was wrong. Oh, and well... Luckily, both of these reds are safe, but I have to say, in this episode particularly, we played a lot worse than we have done in previous matches, but there we go. That's Robin contributing to his fair share. He's potted the cue ball there, and we're going to force him to continue. I know there's a pot on this red, but it's a tricky one. Yeah, he's missed that. Although, he's not getting us anything much easier, to be fair to him.
Black will give him good position.
It's potable this time. But, once again, it's tricky. Oh,
Well,
nice, it's dropped.
One.
I think, though, oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, I thought the yellow covered that blue, but luckily it doesn't. The tricky one there is going to be to get to this red, but... we will need that red. We'll be 28 points ahead with 35 to play for.
Well,
and actually, that's really good position, blimey. I mean, narrow margins there, eh? But this red and another colour, and we will be 2 frames up again.
7.
Which colour will that be?
He'll probably take the blue again here.
I think we are right. I think if we get this colour, I suppose... no, oh God, 20 foot... I mean... my maths coming to the forefront again. You can see why I dropped it at AS level, can't you? My mental maths is usually quite good. But we'll only be 24 ahead. And clearly, my judgment not good today. It's going to have to be the yellow. But all we know is that Robin's going to have to come from a long way back. He's now 17 behind with 25 to play for. Not an unassailable position, but... it would be impressive if he could come back from here, particularly how the pink is placed. We might have to negotiate that shot, though. End of the day, if he pots the brown and the blue, that puts him 5 points behind, so to confirm the frame, we'd have to pop the pink. But he's missed the brown. Once again, he's got away with that. Really has. Going to play the classic Jones. We play this quite a lot. When we're in these pressurised situations, just knock the brown. We meet the rules by hitting the object ball. But give him a trickier shot. Well, he's tried for the safety there.
He had lots of
and it's
spin
really
on
come
that.
to naught, to be honest, if we can pot this. And if we do, this will be the frame. Well, it'll put us 18 ahead, actually, with 18 to play for, but... I don't think he's going to pot all 3 balls. We've got to pot this first. Hang on. Oh! Now, hold on. This is going to be a very... I don't think you can... well, can he pot it?
Tricky.
Yeah, he has, to be fair to him. Well done.
4.
He's got a little bit unlucky there, because I think he... well, I don't know whether he tried or not to debate to try and get that black to the pink to move it a bit. But once he's potted this blue, which he has failed to do...
I don't think he should be taking on the more
luckily, because he's failed to do that and given us such an easy pot, we won't have to negotiate the pink.
If he gets this one, I'm sure the frame will be his.
And we'll just nestle it up to the pink. And then hopefully he'll concede.
Well,
and that'll
I
put
think
us
the frame should
4-2
be safe
up.
now.
We'll play one more frame here. We really don't want to knock the cue ball into the pocket. I mean, unless we get snookered here, the frame's over, so... unless we do give him a little bit of a chance. I mean, he's gone for a bit of a snooker there, but once again, it hasn't
I
worked.
wonder how this will affect the opponent.
Straight pot on the pink.
Yeah, what a tricky shot.
And we'll just give the black a whack now. Not going to hurt. Give it a whack. See how it goes. Even if we commit a foul, it doesn't matter. And there we go. 21 points the gap. And there we go. 2 frame is the cushion. And hopefully we can just exert some superiority by putting ourselves 5-2 up. And with a clean record in next episode, win this within 11 frames. Which, to be honest, we don't really deserve to do. The way we've played so far, but there's still a long way to go. Bear in mind, with that result, we've started to play 5 more frames. Of course, this one being one of them. But we've left a red on here, and he's potted that. But I'm going to leave you again, folks, and go to the toilet. But no, we're not going to have a Virgo intermission here, unfortunately. But it didn't take him long to miss that, blimey. Missed the black straight off. We'll watch that shot, in fact, 'cause we didn't get to watch that shot. But here's shot 3 of this frame. Do not, I was about to say, if that froze there once again.
See that shot again.
Just a bit of a weak shot, to be honest. He didn't really go for the pot, I don't think. Don't think he got the safety either. This is a nasty one, but I think we can get this. Then we're going to take the risk by just belting this and hoping it goes into the pack. We're also hoping if this misses that by chance we pot one of them, but oh, we've missed it, and well, what a way to open the pack.
The reds are nicely spread out now.
Yep, just confirm we didn't pot anything there because we've sat back down.
Deep screw on the
and if Robin Macallum does not win this frame, well, I mean, it's harder than it seems
nice
with all those reds there, because you can get caught out very, very easily.
Getting
But at the same time,
seems to be the best bet here.
with how they're positioned, he's got no time restraint on him, but amazingly, he's missed that blue already. And we'll pot this red. This will be our first pot of the frame. There we go, good pot. Not really got position on anything apart from the yellow, so that's the shot we'll go for. And this will put us ahead at 3-2. Deary me. Well, I criticised Robin before for not cleaning up here. And even though we've left an easy pot on here, we could have very easily had an easy foul. This might not be a conclusive pot though. If we haven't hit this right, it'll just come straight bouncing off the jaw. But no, we're fine.
If he keeps potting,
it's a nice soft shot. And I think we've actually managed to leave the blue on here, which is good. Again, this is a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? Play our cards right though, and this should go in. There we go. Nice pot.
9.
There's definitely a position here on one of these. Or we can even play one of these up the table.
The black spot seems the likely shot.
Red near the black spot. It's one of these, isn't it? I don't really fancy that. I think this one's a better shot, personally. We've still got to get the ball up the table, haven't we? You know. Yeah, that definitely goes. I'm confident. Maybe not so hard, but hopefully we will get onto a colour with this red. It'd be brilliant if we could go 3 frames up. Whoa! Well, that cue ball just jumped.
Did you see that? The ball really came up off the table there.
Let's watch that shot again. I don't know how we missed that, to be honest. Let's have a look. Was it straight away or was it when it hit the red? Yeah, it was when it hit the red. Goodness knows what happened there. It was a little bit quick that all happened, and unfortunately I don't think you can play it in slow-mo. So, we made a big mistake there, and that might be pivotal. I don't know why it's looking at this angle. I was about to say, I was wondering what if he'd fluked something here. But that's an opportunity missed, really. We arguably should have gone for the pot, but you can say anything in hindsight, you know. It's fairly obvious. But we still had to give that an almighty whack just to get it into the pocket. But we didn't have to give that one so much for a whack. We can usually go for the blue up the table here, but unfortunately this brown might block it. Unless we can get to the brown itself. Oh, we can't. Right. Does this... Is the... It's not really enough position for that to go, really. There is still the black, probably. So, this is a tricky one. Certainly is, but if it goes, we look like a genius. If it misses, or we pot the brown, we look terrible. But no, we've missed it. We've moved the brown out of the way, which gives us a bit of future support, but we've let Robin Macallum back on the table. I don't really think that's justified, and he's potted the long red there. Probably get a what a shot. Yeah, there we go. What a shot from Virgo. I think if you played the game, Virgo, you'd understand that World Championship snooker, playing the game, is a little bit easier than doing it in real life, so it's not a brilliant shot, believe me. Nice cut through to this red mind. Another point. Again, a scrappy frame. Just need someone to take a bit of leadership.
Like trying to get the green back on.
Either green back on to spot all the blue, and based off those close range shots, it might as well go for the blue here. Although, we could have took it a bit more time there. This might be conclusive. And as I said, it's blooming way off.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Well, hold on a minute, John. Hold on. You say those shots are hard and go, what a shot, when it pots. But when it doesn't pot, that was an easy shot, that was. Make your mind up, Virgo. It's like Bucks Fizz, making your mind up. Not by the Beverly Sisters, that one.
Should be no problems for the next red.
Generally, there's so many Virgo classics I've mentioned in this video, and if you don't know much about Virgo, you'll be going, what on earth is he going on about?
Still plenty of reds available.
Well. Of course, still plenty of reds available. Hell, there's only been 18 points scored, and
this will make the
6 reds left on the table is beyond me. In fact, how many colours have we all got? I'm trying to think now. He must have had... Well, it could be anything. It could be 3 reds, you know, it could be 1 red and a pink for the sake of argument, but I can't remember how many reds he's taken. Can't tell just off that number, unfortunately, at the bottom of the screen. This is a trickier pot than it looks, you know, but this is probably the best one available. Comes off, though, there. In fact, we could have played that one on the same cushion as the blue. We want to make sure we don't pot that, though. Right. The cue ball went flying last time we did this, so just nice and gentle. This will be another 5 points, and this will be an incredibly... Certainly be an low scoring frame if you can't pop the ball. Goodness knows what happened there. Absolutely bewildered. And we got position perfect. I just thought that when we'd missed the red, and oh Christ.
Well, he didn't.
This is like the amateur snooker league. The real amateur snooker league. It's like watching me play. I mean, I've never played snooker, so it certainly would be like watching me play. Good pot. Things like most sports in me mind. It'll be. I know exactly what I want to do. Like with football, I know exactly how I want the ball to go, but sometimes it doesn't happen like that. It's the beauty of video games. You can get people to do it for you.
He's put the brown away.
That was close. Don't think we've got position on anything here. Oh, the referee's leaning over the table.
Going to be easy.
Got a cheeky glimpse there. Oh dear. Well, this red ain't going to go, so safety needed. Safety needed. There's the cue ball. We're okay. They're all safe. And with 4 reds, right? With 4 reds to go, 11 gone, there's been a combination of 24 points scored, and he's mucked that up completely. And this will be 3 reds to go with, amazingly, 25 scored as a combined total. Quite unbelievable, really. Now, green's probably the best shot for position. Makes things a bit tricky. It's not the easiest of pots, and I don't like these pots. Amazingly, though, with how poorly we've all played... Oh, unbelievable. With how poorly we've both played, we managed to keep these 4 frames under an hour, which is quite extraordinary. It's not over yet, though, and he's missed that as well.
Like
although, sneakily, I think that he's done that purposefully.
One of the other referees has just had a quiet
just to make sure that we can't get the pot. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we can't get the pot on this red. Probably a bit aggressive in putting it up to the ball, and well, we've not done badly there.
Use the rest for that shot.
Unless he wants to put the green in. No idea what he's going to play here. Certainly not going to get a pot. Hang on. Is he safe?
He'll try to get the cue ball.
Oh,
back
you
into the
lucky
ball
man.
area here.
Song by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I do know some rubbish knowledge, don't I? Goodness me. These balls won't be safe, though, I have a feeling, once we've taken this shot, and it's absolutely
The
not.
red on the cushion might be a problem.
Well, there's going to be a few difficult reds, but whether there'll be 11 points scored in the next half an hour, goodness knows. Probably been the worst round I've played on this game in terms of scoring. 2 reds left and there's been 26 points. Blimey. Probably the first time I've had 2 pots in a row. Never mind, 3 here. But if he gets the red, he'll go for. I would guess he'd go for the green. Just to. Well, he hasn't got to. He hasn't got any obligation. He might well go for the risky black. That would get better position. But yeah, green makes sense.
This is the last red.
I said he'd get better position on the yellow. What was I on about? I didn't realise there was a red there. But this is the last red. He's done well to pot that, you know. Very impressive. He's got this pink on now. I think he deserves this frame. He'll miss this though now. No, he won't. Well, fair play.
16.
The yellow is on here. It's a tricky one, but if he gets this, he certainly deserves the frame. No, he's just missed it. Really, real shame that is. But, oh, he's got away with it. Really has. Nothing to really show here. We'll skip this shot. There's going to be a safety battle now. We want this frame. I don't care how much that Robin deserves it. He's 5 frames, 5 points above. But, and he does deserve this frame, but to go 5-2 up here would be a big advantage compared to a game that looks a lot closer at 4-3.
This reminds me of when I won the UK National Championship back in 1979. It's the final hurdle that's so tough.
There you go. John with his little UK Championship. I think if I'm right, Terry Griffiths won the World Championships in that year.
He's having no luck with a difficult shot.
John, I wasn't going for the pot there.
Well, this is going to need good cueing.
We're just going to sit here all day over this yellow, aren't we? I mean, that's just the same line you've said, John. Go away. Well, we're just going to keep playing this until someone makes a mistake, which is more than likely to be me, of course. Did we actually hit it there?
Well, what a
oh
game we
dear.
have now. So few points left.
We tried to hit it thin there, that was the idea, but perhaps we tried to hit it a little bit too thin.
Either way.
But it still hasn't solved the problem. We're forced to continue. What a surprise. And I don't think he'll get a pot here, even though it's straight down the table. So I don't think there's much risk involved. We're just putting it up to the yellow.
He can improve the angle here with some side off the cushion.
He'll need some angle. If he gets this, he deserves the frame. Oh, is it going to be the double? Oh, he could have done with the black coming to his aid, but this is our chance now. Unfortunate there. I don't know if we're going to get a good position on the green, though. It's a tricky one to try and get. Oh, well. For once, we're going to hit the kit. We could have hit it harder.
Concentrate on this shot.
Yeah. Don't see it, but we might get a bit lucky here. Of course, we need the green and the brown, and we go back level. No, not going to go. But luckily, is it on? Well, it is on. There's a certainty that he can get this, but whether he will or not is a different matter. Too thin. He's let us in there. I'm going to play a lot of screw back here, if we can. And then hopefully get on this brown. Then we'll be equal on points going to the last 3 balls. That's a good shot.
3.
Hopefully get a bit of top on this so we can get down to the blue. It's very much over the middle pocket, so if we can get this brown, which we have, Of course, the only place we didn't want it.
Scores even.
Really
He
was.
could win the frame from here.
If there was
It's
one
difficult to
place we
see a
didn't want the
good
ball,
chance
it
with
was
the
there.
cue ball so tight in the jaws.
We're going to take the risk though here. We're going to go for this shot.
The cue ball doesn't end up hitting
It's
the
a
knuckle
risky
here.
one. We could go for the safety. And it hasn't worked.
The
Well,
pocket
providing
angle
Robin
looks a bit
Macallum
risky.
plays a good positional shot, he will win the frame.
Fine.
It's not the best
Put
positional
him
shot,
back in the
but
lead again.
He needs to get the
it's
pin to
adequate.
take the frame.
and with this pink, he once again gets within one frame. But no, he's missed it. But he hasn't given us
The
good
rest
position.
is really not helping him. He's having real trouble with it.
We're going to rest this up to the here. I don't fancy going for the tricky shot. Not knowing that he'd only have to tap it in then to win the frame. I mean, there's a possibility he could got a fine cut on this, I think. But will he? No, he's just gone for the safety. Oh, no!
Great shot with the rest there. He's not had much
Wow.
luck with the rest this
Well,
frame,
fair
but
play.
was
That's
superb.
a little bit of luck, I think, there. I did think, hold on, is this pink going to get up to the pocket and we're going to get an easy pot? Don't tell me he
Let's
was
look at it
playing
again.
that. I don't think he was. I really don't think he was. But if he was, well, he got a bit of luck and fair play to him. And there's nothing we can do now. And Robin Macallum brings this match, probably down to how poorly we've played. He's missed the black, I don't think he cares. And it's back to 4-3.
6.
Well, 7 frames have
That
gone.
frame puts him
There can
one
be a maximum
behind.
of 10 more. Unbelievable. This could be a match that ends up 8-8 into the last. Quite unbelievable. Well, that's the end of that session, but not the best for us, really. We were 1 frame up before it, and now we're only 1 frame up again. Didn't capitalise. It was 2 each was the score there, and we need to improve going into the next. But I hope you enjoyed that anyway, folks. The next one will be out on Thursday. That'll be session 3 of the final, where hopefully we can be superior. I think we'll only need 4 sessions. So the final session will be on Sunday night, sorry. And I think I will broadcast that probably live on the channel in terms of a premiere. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, folks. I have been TIJ Gaming, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.